everybody. I'm Larry Ridley. You're tuned into the NFL on EA Sports. Two teams will need their quarterbacks to step up and lead their offenses on the gridiron today. It's the Browns going up against the Texans. So, with the call of this Week 16 matchup, let's hand it over to our commentators, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Larry, they broke ground on this place in the year 2000, opened it in August of 2002, and it's been the home of this franchise ever since. Welcome to NRG Stadium in Houston. Tonight, we've got one last present under the tree, our final Monday Nighter of the year, between the Cleveland Browns and the Houston Texans. Hi again, everyone. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And, Charles, we look at this Texan ball club entering play here. They come in feeling good after back-to-back victories.
And the offense last week, they had things humming. If you're a defensive player, you may get overshadowed a little bit, but you're really buoyed by what your offense is doing.
Meanwhile, for the Browns here, they've come in on a nice run of recent form, 4 wins out of 5.
And they looked awfully good last week and came away with a 2-touchdown victory. They did have a few reasons for concern defensively, but all in all, they'll take a repeat here if they could get it.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll take this across the 25, a couple extra yards, up to the 27-yard line. So out come the Texans for their opening drive. And trotting out there, no introduction needed for this guy around the league. Now in his 7th season as a QB. Try and start this drive in the air. Going right side here, and that's complete. A gain of 6 there on first. And boy, they had high praise for this rookie receiver when we asked the coaches about him, didn't they?
They certainly did, and obviously they liked his measurables all the way. Height, weight, speed, all of that. But how about what they really said? Competitiveness. That's what they really liked about him. The way he goes after the football, competes for it, and decides when it's in the air, it's his and only his.
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure out and you see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you, and you change the blocking schemes. Maybe you go to max protection. The biggest one is maybe you bring your running back in to try and keep you clean. But in that case, that didn't happen. 0 accountability, and a sack resulted.
And with a 3rd and 13 here, the defense in a dime look. They'll look to throw here. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. 2 yards is all they'll get on the completion. It's 4th down.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. The Texans send the punter out. He'll kick it away after a 3-and-out on the opening drive of the game. This is taken at the 18. Officially, that'll go as a 52-yard punt. Not too shabby. And the Browns will take over 1st and 10. So here come the Browns for their first drive on offense. And a glance here at the vet. He's got a lot of years under his belt in the National Football League. And they'll go with the ground attack here. And he's not going anywhere to start the night. They stop him at the line of scrimmage. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. And here's a look at the starting offense. Shotgun, he'll look to throw, and he's got his man on the out route, and he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. And just a small glimpse there as to why they like this rookie so much.
And that's why they lit up a little bit in our meetings with the coaching staff, didn't they?
When we talked about him, they did.
Yeah, you know, they like his work ethic. You know, this guy's running every route well in the route tree and getting better at it all the time, really honing his game. They expect a pretty good jump out of him as things continue to move on.
And he'll get this up to about the 40. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5. Partner, your thoughts on this D-line?
I love a unit that can control the run and get after the passer. This is an all-around terrific defensive front. Hard to move the ball against them on the ground, and then when you want to throw it, look out. Here they come after the quarterback.
So we've got a 2nd and 5. He'll give it to him right up the gut. And he'll push his way up to about the 44 here. Call it a gain of 4 there, so it sets up a big play here. 3rd and a yard.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice game like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
No gain on the play there, and it'll bring up 4th down.
I know it's the first half, but it's still hard to curb the enthusiasm for that stop. 3rd and 1, and the offense can't get there. The defensive team has got to feel very good about themselves. Great job out leveraging the offense.
And a bit of a mistake there. This is well into the end zone for a touchback. And now the Browns get ready as they head back out there. They have a little something to build off of from last time with a 3-and-out.
And what they have to build off of? Great confidence right now. Being able to stuff someone on a 3-and-out. You feel like you're in control now. You're doing the dictating. They want to see if that can continue as this game progresses.
Will it continue? We'll see. And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. And the window closes quickly. He'll only get up to the 22-yard line.
Defense.
And I know it's hard in live action, but you've got to keep your hands away from the face. That's a 15-yard penalty.
You work on it all the time, making sure your target area is lower and trying to keep your hands away from the face mask so you don't get the big penalty.
And to give this time to the tailback. And he's got it up over the 40 to the 41. And give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6. And the big boys up front in the trenches. What do you think of the O-line, Charles?
I love them because this is a group that's so cohesive. They know what the man next to them is going to do at all times, and they operate as a terrific unit.
See if they stay on the ground for 2nd down. They'll come out in the pistol. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And the Browns pressure gets to him that time, and he's going to go down. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sack. And they brought the pressure there just right up the gut, didn't they?
Yeah, they certainly did. And, you know, when you've got so many different responsibilities as an offensive line, you got to deal with the nose tackle, the 2 defensive tackles or ends, and then sometimes you just can't account for everyone. The linebacker slipped free.
3rd down, still 14 yards left. Again, we'll see the pistol here. Out of the gun now on 3rd down. And that one goes incomplete on the drop. That's one he definitely normally catches. 4th down.
We know it's not an easy job to go out and catch passes when people are trying to tackle you and knock the ball away. But the bottom line is, that's a pass he's got to have and a pass he should have caught.
The Texans send the punter out. On for his second punt. He'd take a repeat of his first. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. And this will be taken at the 13. Able to get away.
That's why you keep the legs churning.
Nice job bringing that one back. 14 on the return. And the offense will come back onto the field for the 1st and 10. Heading out is the Cleveland offense now as they get set to take over here. And last time out, they had to punt the football away. Anything positive possibly to take from that?
There always is when you're punting the football away. It doesn't sound like it because you're giving it up, but you've avoided a mistake.
At least you didn't turn it over.
You didn't turn it over, right? You're giving your defense a chance because you're punting the ball away, and they're set to go on the field as opposed to sudden change after a turnover. Wow, now we got to go out there and stop people. So, yeah, there's always something positive to be gained from it.
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. And a quick throw here, that's complete. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down.
And he's the epitome of what we call the move tight end, a guy that you can line up anywhere, in the slot, out wide, in tight, doesn't really matter because he has such great skills. You want to utilize him in all aspects of your passing offense.
And there he was in the slot for the catch. And he'll give it here to his running back. Call it no gain there, and it leads to a 4th down. The Browns send out their punter now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time.
That was a terrific job by the defense stopping them on 3rd and short. But sometimes you get some visual cues from the offense because when they're going in short yard situations, you might see the offensive line come in tighter together, a little more shoulder to shoulder, trying to wedge a hole in the middle. They didn't get it done on that play.
And now the Browns defensive unit trots back out. And as we're going to see right here, they have been laying some pretty electrifying hits in this one.
And these are for real. Okay, as you watch, think about putting yourself in that spot, about being the ball carrier or the receiver.
I don't want to.
And then taking that shot, it is something else. It's not like when we were watching that video clip where they showed you how they make sounds for movies. This is for real.
And they'll go on the ground. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. And the linebacking core could certainly be crucial today.
They do everything really, really well. Fly to the football, defend the pass, you name it, they do it, as well as set the defensive front.
Nine yards still remaining here to pick up the 1st on 2nd down. They come out 5 wide, 3 of them to the right side. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. To the sideline, and that is a heck of a catch as he was able to get both feet in.
If you're running out route, it's likely you're going to end up near the sideline. And what did we just see there?
Toe tap.
You got it. The benefits of practice. Toe tapping, foot dragging, picking it up, and making sure it was a catch.
And it looks like a nickel set now for the Browns on 3rd down. And they're going to get the 1st down here across the 15-yard line. They only get 2 there, but on 3rd and 1, that's all they needed to keep the drive going.
I always appreciate runners who understand situations. That was just 3rd and inches. No reason to dance around in the backfield and try and break off a bigger play. Just go pick up the 1st down, and that's exactly what he did.
So here we go, 1st and 10 now. They'll run it now out of the gun. And a short pickup there as he'll take this up to right around the 20. Call it a gain of 4 on 1st, and that'll make it 2nd down.
Not a run that you're going to write home about, but still a good 1st down run. That's what an offense calls staying on schedule. 3 to 4 yards on 1st down, you're set up very well for the rest of the drive.
Back to throw. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he'll get to the 29-yard line, brought down there. 9 yards on the pickup there, and it keeps the drive alive.
I like watching the wide receiver screen because it's a real teamwork play. Because guess what? The guy catching the ball, he'll get all the credit. But how about the people up to block in front of him, either fellow receivers or offensive linemen? That makes that play a really nice timing play, and sometimes it can break big.
So the offense has it 1st and 10. They'll set up a throw. Wide open receiver complete. He got 18 yards out of that one, and it gets him a new set of downs.
And when you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him, because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think so either.
I think he had the read, figured out where the blitz was coming from, and went to a secondary target for a really nice game.
And he stopped immediately there. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Now that's the type of play that'll fire up a defense. Hold them to 1 yard on a 1st down run. It'll be interesting to see if the offense decides to press the run at all, or if they'll abandon it now after gaining only 1 on that play.
Now let's go.
Back to throw here. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. So he loses 3 yards there. Now 3rd down. Now that screen there on 2nd down certainly didn't develop how they had hoped. Is that one they should have even tried, or is that one the quarterback sticks in his pocket?
I think the latter. I like what you said there, because trying is one thing. We can second guess just about every call. But in this case, when you realize that it's broken down, just throw it at the feet of your intended receiver so that no one can pick it off. You don't have the ball tipped up in the air, and you come back and try and pick up the 1st down on 3rd down. That way you don't lose any yardage.
And they pick up 25 as they convert on 3rd. A great job pulling that one in from a guy, as we know, who can really blaze. He's got a lot of speed.
And that speed can work for him so many different ways. Sometimes he just takes off and goes and just runs past people. Sometimes you get people to back off so far that you can catch everything underneath. But still, at some point in the game, you probably have to make some contested catches, right? Sometimes you have to go up and beat a defender for the football. He has that in his arsenal as well.
Showed it right there. Now they'll run it on the toss. Might have gotten this one down to the 28, and that's all. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
You know that old expression, it's not my night? It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. So we played 1 quarter here on a Monday night. 0-0 our score. We're back to Houston in just a moment. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, and it's Texans football as we get going in quarter number 2. They've got a 2nd down and 8 to start things out. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And they do get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. And now for the offense, this is play number 11 here on this drive.
That crossing route is so effective when you hit it just right, because you get a guy on the move, and then we see the end result there.
Nightmare for the defense. They got a guy with a full head of steam.
Not only does he catch it, but he picks up additional yardage after it. Well, it's been the air game that's taken them down on this drive before they finally turned around and handed it off on the last play.
And now they're looking for the big boys to get him in the end zone. Couldn't do it there.
It'll be interesting to see. Offensive lines had to pass block a lot on this drive. Will they be able to revert and fire out and create some space in the run game?
No gain on the play there. They're going to need to come up with something better here on 3rd and goal. 2 straight shots on the ground. Now on 3rd, do you go to the air?
I think the possibility exists, and if you're doing it, you're probably going play action since you ran it twice. But I often think that 2nd down is the time you go play action and throw the ball.
And he's in. Touchdown, Houston. Their dangerous wide receiver with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Texans are in for 6. So on 3rd and medium, they dial up the pass, and it works to hit the end zone.
And it's really not a surprise to me. That's a throwing down in the NFL because of how tough it is to run the football. But what offenses like to do is still show run formations to make them respect it and throw out of those. In this case, they took a nice shot at the end zone and made it pay off.
That one was an extended drive, 14 plays all told. And it results in the Texans finding the end zone. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This is taken at the 3. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line. And now Cleveland geared up to take the field. And 3 and out on the last drive. No points on the scoreboard. A little soul-searching now?
I would say so, and they need to help out their defense a little bit. They've had to be on the field a lot more than normal, put them in some tough spots. But what's the old adage? When you get another chance, it gives you a better chance to do it right.
Now a play fake here on first down. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And fortunately for him, he's able to get it back, but it will be a loss on the play.
Well, that was a big oops right there. But how about his ability to correct it? Loses the football, able to get it back himself.
And pounced right back on it, keeps possession. So the offense avoids disaster, keeps possession. Now it's second down.
Let's go! Brad 38!
He'll drop to throw. Quick throw, that's complete on the inside slant. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face third down.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route, and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and give the quarterback a really nice target.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll get this up only to about the 33. Just a gain of 2 there, and it's going to bring up a fourth down.
Partner, when you're not able to run the ball successfully, it really messes everything up for an offense, because no longer are you setting the tone and dictating the game. If you do want to throw the ball, play action's kind of gone out the window because they don't respect the run. And last but not least, you don't get to dictate it all when you want to throw the football, and that really hurts you as an offense.
He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. And great special teams work here. This is knocking on the door of the 5. They'll spot it at the 6-yard line. And now out comes Houston. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were competent enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away. From this vantage point, that seemed like a pretty dangerous call, running a toss that close to your own goal line. I think what they were hoping is that they were going to get some pressure from the defensive front and maybe beat them to the corner and then turn upfield with a lot of yardage to run.
They come out here in the eye. Now a handoff here to his running back. And they'll bring him down here right around the 17-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup there, but it's enough to give him a new set of downs.
But we always talk about good down and distance, allowing offenses to expand their playbook. Well, 2nd and 2, that means your playbook's wide open. You can run just about anything. But a lot of times, the play caller, he just looks down at his sheet, sees the short yardage runs, and goes to one of those.
First down, he'll drop to throw. He's got a man. That's caught. Left sideline. 20. Touchdown, Houston. A big play there. 83 yards. And the Texans will add on to their lead.
Partner, you know what the real key is to stopping a good passing attack?
You tell me.
Being able to tackle as soon as a guy catches the football.
Didn't work out there.
No, because when you give up the big run after catch, the rack yardage, that puts your defense in a big-time stressful position.
A lot of rack yardage and a touchdown there on the big play. Extra point forthcoming. And it's good to make it 14-0. Scoring summary, 3-play drive, and the result, a Houston touchdown. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Fielded about a yard deep. So quick on the spin.
He's spinning, man.
And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. Now the Browns offense, they get ready to head back onto the field. And still no points on the scoreboard. You're coming off of the 3 and out. They're just looking for anything to grab onto right now, aren't they?
I'm wondering if someone's going to take charge in the huddle. You know, we always look to the quarterback, but sometimes it's another player on the team, a star, a veteran, someone with some excitement and energy. It's like, all right, guys, let's shake things up and let's go, because they still have an opportunity to make things happen.
Shake it off. It's a gain of 11 yards that time, and it produces a new set of downs.
Well, so much for him being bottled up throughout the day. Finally finds a way to break through and get a really nice gain. The defense had felt great about what they had going. Now they've got to turn their attention to getting it back in that direction. Can they bottle him up again? Because I'd say after that run, confidence is pretty high for him.
Looking to throw. And he's going to go down. The Texans come at him and able to bring him to the ground. That one will set him back nearly 10 yards here on first down on the sack.
But, Brandon, sometimes I think when we watch games, we're actually watching a living museum because we're seeing the evolution of positions almost with each passing game. How about defensive ends nowadays and the way that they can run almost all the way across the field?
It is unbelievable, isn't it? I mean, they're so strong, but they're so lean. They can move so quick with those bodies.
It's almost unfair. You're supposed to be able to know where a defensive end is supposed to be on every play. These guys flash so quickly, you're not sure where they're going to end up.
From the shotgun, he'll look. Incomplete.
It's always tough for the guys throwing the football when they think they've got a completion and the ball's almost there, and then someone sneaks a hand or two in and bats it away.
And the offense looking to pick up the first down after the second down incompletion. And looking at Houston defensively, they've got a dime set. 6 DBs on third. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. They do get 9, but it leads to fourth down.
Partner, I think that completion takes the definition of dink and dunk to a different level, doesn't it?
It does, and the defense was right there, kind of played into their hands. This is taken around the 12. Oh, nice move. A nice job on the return there. 16 yards. And the Texans take possession. Here again comes the captain of this offense, leading his crew back out there now. He's showing off that arm, showing it off very well. They've got the lead. Don't forget, though, about the protection he's had. The protection's been good.
And I'll guarantee you he hasn't forgotten about it at all, because that's keeping him clean in the pocket, allowing him to step into throws and make those deep passes come true. I mean, it's just been beautiful for him to do. But guess what? In the huddle, on the sidelines, guaranteed he's thanking those big guys up front for keeping him safe. I have a feeling he may even buy dinner.
Indeed, entertaining to relive some of those deep balls. They'll run it now out of the gun. And this has been a recurring theme tonight for sure. Nowhere to run. Back to the line of scrimmage, that's all. And he got off the end there very quickly to make that play.
Yeah, it was almost like the bullet train, wasn't it? I mean, just zoom, quick, and what a terrific play, holding them to no gain.
Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. It'll be a 2-yard gain, and that'll make it 3rd down.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. And he'll just toss it away. So he throws it away, and that brings up 4th down. But not to get too overcritical there because he knows what he's doing, but his shoulders looked a little off kilter there when he threw that.
I don't think you're being overly critical there. You're just analyzing it, and he gets those shoulders right. That pass will go from incomplete to complete.
Taking it about the 16. A good return there, 17 yards. And out will come the offense as they take over. And here are the Browns now as the offense comes back out onto the field. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football.
Sense of urgency has to take over for them here. They know the score. They know the situation. And by the way, the punter no longer exists for their offense. And that's how they have to treat this drive.
They need points.
Big time.
3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
We always like to talk about defense in terms of levels. 1st level defensive line, 2nd level linebackers, 3rd level defensive backs. On that run, that was what we call a 1st level run, and it was stopped by a 2nd level player.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And this has been a recurring theme tonight for sure. Nowhere to run. Back to the line of scrimmage, that's all. They'll lose a yard, and it brings up 3rd.
With the struggles we're seeing up front for the offense today, they've got to think about changing up their play calling. Some screens, some draws, some quick-hitting plays in order to try and supplement the run game. You don't totally abandon it, but you try and give it a little bit of help.
He's got time. He's going to loft this one deep left sideline. And this is caught inside the 5. A big play there on 3rd down for the Browns. 62 yards. Well, we know he's got the speed there. He needed the speed and the hands. A great catch.
And because of that speed, you have to respect it as a defender. So you have to either play off or make sure you're somehow in contact with him. And he's able to do exactly what you said. Use the speed to his advantage and go up and get the football. That's a big-time play right there.
Now back to throw. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Not too many things get to a quarterback of this magnitude, but I think it's safe to say that pressure can get to any quarterback.
Now, he's obviously a great franchise quarterback, but felt the pressure, threw it incomplete. They come out here in the eye. And they give this time to the tailback. And he'll get blown up behind the line of scrimmage. Back at the 6. They'll wind up losing 3. And now it's 3rd down.
When you're putting together a formula for winning defense, it's exactly what we're seeing in this game. Controlling the line of scrimmage, attacking, and changing everything so that now they're playing in the offense's backfield. They're playing an excellent game.
Back on the field here for 3rd and goal. He'll look to throw to the sideline, and oh, a nice catch there. Made sure the feet were inbounds, and they were.
Let's make this one simple. What a catch, especially the finishing part of getting his feet in bounds, toe tapping, and of course, foot dragging.
A little tapestry, if you will.
Oh, I like it.
So now the Browns will turn it over to their field goal unit here. From the left hash, should be a fairly easy one here. And his kick is good. And they will get themselves on the board here at 14-3. So give them 3 there. A good drive gets them inside the 5, but they couldn't punch it in.
And credit this defense, too. That was the old bend but don't break approach. But it kept the offense out of the end zone.
The Browns kicking team out there now as they'll send this one away. This one fielded at the 5. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line. Here comes the field general leading his offense back out there for the next possession. And he's been good. 2 first-half touchdown passes, no interceptions so far.
Does a lot for your confidence. Does a great deal for your team. gives them a lead, and they're feeling really good about how they're playing. I think he expects to throw at least another one.
I was going to say, now he wants the first half hat trick, doesn't he?
Oh, without a doubt. Go ahead and fling him on the field, folks. He wants that type of celebration.
And he will find his man on the end route. Complete. 11 yards on the pickup, and the Texans are going to have a first. We heard them talk before the game about utilizing the intermediate passing game this week. It works for them there. They move the chains.
And we saw them work on it in practice as well. And most teams take a period at a time to work on different things. They put a couple of periods of work into the intermediate passing game, and now we know exactly why. They got the look that they were seeking, and they were able to take advantage of it.
Quick hitter here. It's complete. A gain of 6 there on first. Completed pass play. Now let's see if they go back to the air or to the ground. 2 minutes to go here in the first half. We're back to Houston after this timeout. Back now. As I search for my cue card here, there we go. Coming up at halftime, Larry Ridley will join us from Orlando. He'll have highlights and analysis from our first half of play.
Here we go.
Well read.
Yeah, thank you. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's third down.
It's a tried and true formula, and I don't think it'll change for as long as we play football. If someone's trying to throw the ball and you can put pressure on them and make it tough, that's only going to help your defense.
Yeah, he's since being hurried. He got rid of it before taking the hit, but incomplete. They'll look to throw here. Throwing for his running back, and he's got it. Complete. Give him 11 yards that time and a new set of downs.
There are a lot of tough routes to try and cover. When you see a runner come out of the backfield and run this angle route, looks like they're going to the flat, and then they put their foot in the ground and cut back sharply inside, not easily covered, and then when they catch it, good momentum built up by them as well.
And able to pick up the first.
Here we go. Green 39. Green 39.
They'll look to throw here on first down. And a quick throw here, that's complete. That throw good for 4. It's second down.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
Second down to the offense in search of 6 yards. Another pistol look here. Again, he'll drop to throw. And he's taken down. This will be a Brown sack. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. The line to gain is the 33 on third down.
Here we go. 3-19.
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. And incomplete. He had nowhere to throw, so he just tossed it away. But that brings up 4th.
Partner, how many times have you heard it? Pressure creates diamonds, right? But it also bursts pipes. And on that one, that's what they got. They got after him, and he was fortunate just to get rid of it.
Yeah, he just had to chuck it away. And now Cleveland geared up to take the field. And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. Do you try something?
You're thinking about jump-starting your team, right? You just mentioned it. They're down. They're trying to get back into the game. But you got to figure, if something goes wrong, you may have put yourself in a spot where you may not be able to come back in the second half. Managing risk, this is a big decision here.
And you really can't pin that one on the quarterback, Charles. The O-line, they've got to protect better.
And they know it. That's their meal ticket. They want to take care of the big guy behind them. In this case, they let him down.
Here we go. 1-0.
He'll try again with the arm here on second down. Pressure from behind, and he's going to be thrown down. Now the Texans want to call another timeout. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. So a big sack on second down. Now let's see what the offense has in store for third. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he'll get this one across the 20, but only up to about the 21. And play is stopped here. Timeout. It's the defense calling the timeout here. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. The defense, they got a little bit of a breather. Now they're back and set as we resume play. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. This is fielded at the 27. So a change of possession here on the punt. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Now the Texans offense, they head back out to do battle here. They've got the lead. Last time had to punt it, though. What's the key to this drive?
I think it's leverage. Big guys up front. You know the motivational speech on the sideline is, guys, give us an opportunity. Protect the passer, create space for our runners, and let's go ahead and get these guys. Low man wins. Let's go do it on this drive.
We'll watch that leverage on this drive. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out, incomplete. And on 2nd and 10 now.
Got it left. You got three down. Let's go. 319. 319.
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. And he's just going to get rid of this thing. To no one here, he throws it away, and now it's 3rd. So here we go now. An extra defensive back in there on 3rd and 10.
Here we go now. Green 39.
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. 18 yards there and a 1st down. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on 3rd down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times because he can trust you being in the right spot, and they connected there and picked up a 1st down.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. He's going to loft one deep over the middle. And that's incomplete. Clock stops with 10 seconds left.
One thing I know from experience is that when the deep ball is thrown and you're the defender, you've got to fight that little bit of panic that emerges. You've got to play the ball really well. It's a 50-50 jump ball play. And guess what? They took a shot. How are you going to win it? And in this case, they managed to get it done.
And on the ground they go with a running back. And he'll get inside the 40 to maybe the 38-yard line. It's a gain of about 3, but it's going to leave him with 3rd and still 7 yards to go. So we are at halftime here on a Monday night as we send you over to our headquarters in Orlando, where we check in with Larry Ridley for our EA Sports Halftime Report.
Thanks, Brandon. I'm Larry Ridley, and welcome to our EA Halftime Report. The Texans played well en route to a victory last week, and today it's been more of the same. The Browns are just going to have to try and figure out a way to make a dent in this deficit. All right, let's roll the highlights. 3rd and goal. The pass will be completed into coverage, and it ends up working for a touchdown. That takes the lead up to 7. 1st and 10, the connection will be made from the gun. And this 2-play drive goes for a TD. Texans up by 2 touchdowns. Now 1st and 10, defense is going to come away with the sack. This will go as a loss of 10. So that's it for us. We'll go back now under the lights for the second half of this Monday night matchup.
This is taken at his 4. The Texans defense, we watch them get set to go. They had a pretty solid first half. Not many adjustments, but I guess there's probably always some adjustments that can be made.
Usually it's just tightened down on the things we've worked on all week in practice. Everyone thinks adjustments are bringing in something absolutely new. For the most part, it's tweaks or just emphasizing what you've worked on already. And that's what they're planning to do here in the second half.
They won't be looking to reinvent the wheel. Looking middle, and that's complete. The dump off good for 8 there on first down.
Seeing that play and understanding just how tough it is to cover tight ends, especially the ones running around the NFL nowadays, makes me glad I didn't make it in that league. I would have had a really difficult time.
But now you get to sit up here with me.
Yeah, and that's fun, isn't it? And put a really nice gain right there on first down for them. Brings up a nice second down for him.
And he'll be brought down right around the 37. 2 yards on the pickup there, but it's enough to give him a new set of downs. So this is the second consecutive week, as you look at the numbers, that he just doesn't seem to have the same pop as we normally see him with.
Is there an injury we don't know about?
That's what I'm wondering.
Because that's a legitimate question right now. We're used to speed, power, all coming together. And what I've always loved about him is his vision. You know, last week he didn't have that as well. Always thought he was picking the wrong hole to try and run through. And his blockers, they seem to be getting him to the right place, but he picked the wrong spot. We're seeing some of that again this week. Can they snap it together? Can they get back in sync? Because normally we see them go together very, very well.
And he is going to lose yardage here. Call that a loss of 5 yards on the play. And that's going to bring up a third down.
Well, Brandon, so much for halftime adjustments. They still can't get anything going on the ground. It may be time to loosen things up and start flinging it around a little bit.
It's third down, 6 yards to go for the offense.
Let's go! 38!
They'll set up a throw. Wide open receiver complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before getting this inside the 30. That one will go down as 33 yards on the third down conversion.
Coaches really don't care from what position they get this. But run after the catch ability, rack ability, is often the difference between winning and losing and changing field position.
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. Surveying the field. Over the middle, it's complete. A gain of 6 there on first. He had time, was able to survey the field and find a soft spot in that zone coverage.
And that's where it gets difficult for a defender, Brandon. You go to your spots on the field that you have to cover, and when the offense finds an area that you're not in, that's where they throw the football.
Here we go!
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. And he will find his man on the outside. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Browns touchdown. Their dangerous wide receiver. His 14th touchdown now on the year. And the Browns have cut it back within a score. As a former DB, you might not like to see that, but from a wide receiver's perspective, those are the plays they dream of.
Correct on both counts, all right? Because once he took off, I mean, let's face it, that should have been done in Big Sky country. Aren't any speed limits out there? And off he went. Glad I wasn't the one trying to chase him.
Come on, let's go! 38!
They'll try and throw for it. It's complete. And he'll get in for the 2 points. And that'll cut the deficit down to just a field goal. I guess the coach looked at the 2-point cheat sheet, said go for it, get it to a 3-point game, and they did it.
Yeah, and sometimes you just throw out time of game. You don't worry about that. There's just a feel sometimes in making that call, and he felt good about what he had for a 2-point conversion, and now they're only down 3 and feeling great about themselves.
The Browns kicking team out there now as they'll send this one away. This one fielded at the 5. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line. We get a glance at the Browns defense as they file into position. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Now he'll be wrapped up around the waist released and pushed down. He couldn't get rid of it. He takes a sack for a loss of 6 to bring up second down. And a play like that, with how far he had to go to make that sack, shows how athletic defensive ends have become in the NFL.
And not just athletic. This is coached in a big way. Run to the football at all times. How about him never giving up on it and pursuing all the way across the field?
Now back to throw. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he takes us down deep into Cleveland territory. A big play there on the catch and run. 61 yards.
Well, it's obvious to me that the big guy is beyond locked in. We saw last week a scintillating performance. We're seeing it again. I think he and his coordinator are in lockstep right now.
Sometimes a tip of the cap to the guys calling the plays here, yeah?
Not just calling the plays, setting the game plan, sitting with him during the week, watching tape as they formulate it. You know, the best ones, they listen to their guy and say, okay, what do you like this week? You like this play? You don't like that play? And that helps them formulate what they're going to do.
Here we go now.
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Can't find anyone open. A hit as he throws there, incomplete. Well, the numbers have been good in the passing game, and certainly a big reason why they have the lead. But now here, third quarter, maybe go to the run game a little more?
Yeah, perhaps. I mean, after that incompletion, a little credit to the defense for shutting them down on that play. Maybe you try and run the football a little bit more in this spot. But they have to feel good about how they've been throwing it overall.
Back to throw. That's going to be caught at the 10-yard line. 5 yards on the pickup, and that'll bring up fourth down.
It's interesting because when I'm watching college football and I'm evaluating guys for the draft now, my list of fullbacks, pure fullbacks, it's a very short list. I'm probably evaluating more punters and kickers now than I am fullbacks, but it doesn't matter what you call the position, it's who you put there, and there we saw completion.
So it's only 3 points on this opening drive of the third quarter. And even though that stretches out the lead, Charles, I think you'd have to consider this a win for the defense, no?
Couldn't agree more, Brandon. That offense got themselves in prime position to really open up this ball game, but the drive stalled out. And yeah, 3 points is very easy to get back in today's NFL.
This is taken at his 4. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. And now the Browns coming out on the field. Last time they were out, they scored. Still trailing here, though, so some work to do.
But it's okay in terms of mindset. Because they scored the last time, they're not quite as worried about being down on the scoreboard because now their confidence is a little bit higher. They feel like they got something going, and they feel like they can attack again and put more points on the board.
Are you scoreboard watching if you're the offense, or are you just focused on this drive?
We wouldn't be telling the truth if we said that they didn't scoreboard watch. Everyone does it to some extent, but you've got to set it aside right now and just focus on this series. That'll take care of the scoreboard if they punch it into the end zone.
They'll come out in the pistol. He'll try again with the arm here on second down. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's third down. So a second down incompletion now brings up third down. They'll run it now out of the gun. 7 yards on the carry there, but now they're staring at fourth down. And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him, so when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, it makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there.
The Browns send out their punter now. He's been terrific so far. And a great job here. This is going to turn out to be a beauty. This is marked out at about the 3-yard line. The Browns defense getting ready. And last time out, they gave up the chip shot field goal, but obviously could have been worse than that. I think they felt pretty good about only giving up 3.
No doubt about it. Anytime an offense gets into the red zone, the thinking naturally for the defense is, okay, 3 points. We're going to give up 3 here, but let's make it no more than that. They met their goal.
On the other side, though, the offense, they weren't very happy.
No, because there's an opportunity. Once you get to the red zone, you're not thinking about kicking a field goal. You're thinking about how do you get it into the end zone, and when you don't, you walk off the field feeling a little bit of failure on that drive.
Yeah, who will have the end of this drive?
I think they're ahead of schedule now after that run. They might be bold with this second down call after that type of a game.
And after the play on the ground, that brings up second down here. They'll run it now out of the gun. And a short pickup here as he'll get across the 10 to the 11-yard line. A 3-yard pickup on 2nd and 4. Now they'll need to convert here on 3rd and a little more than a yard. They come out here in the eye. They'll give it to him right up the gut. And he will have the first down as he's up to his 17-yard line. They get 6 on the pickup there as the drive will continue.
Everyone understood their role on that play. 3rd and 1. You know the defensive guys, they're trying to get down and get low and get leverage on the offensive lineman, but they didn't allow that to happen. They created a crease and allowed him to get through for a first down.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
And they'll run it here. And he'll power his way up near the 25. Give him 6 yards on the carry. It's going to be 3rd and 3 now.
And once again, leverage wins. The offensive line, lower than the defensive front. They moved them and found some good space for the guy carrying the ball.
They brought in an extra defensive back here, so probably not expecting a run on 3rd and 3.
A good call.
He'll drop to throw. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. It's a 9-yard gain, and it keeps the drive moving.
And that's understanding where the markers are, because it's not just running to them. Because on the catch, you can actually be pushed back before the first down. It's getting past it and allowing that opportunity to drift back towards the first down line and still having picked it up. Really well run.
They'll give it to him right up the gut. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down. And the offense there, the O-line, everybody really on offense, they were just manhandled at the point of attack.
Yeah, you could pretty much call them all out, couldn't you? Almost by name, right? That was a very tough sequence for the offensive line. But how about that defensive front creating a new line of scrimmage and creating a lost yardage possibility?
Let's go! No. Check. Patriot!
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And they are going to set up shop at the 40-yard line. And he may want to track down that football because that's interception number 1 on his career.
You're saying that's going into the trophy case?
I'd put it there.
Yeah, no doubt about it. That's when you ask the equipment guys to make sure they hold it for you after the game. But if you play in the back 7 on defense, that's part of your job, finding ways to take the ball away from the other team.
The Houston defense we watch as they get set to go. Their stay on the field last time was short-lived with a 3-and-out. See if they can get some more of that.
And ordinarily, you want to be on the field playing, right? But 3-and-outs, that's almost gold to a defense. Get to the bench, get some rest, turn the ball over to your offense.
We'll see what they can do here, see if they can force another 3-and-out. They'll come out throwing here on first down. Finding time. Throwing middle, and it's complete. A gain of 6 there on first. Second down and 4. He'll set up to throw, and it's incomplete. Great starting field position on this drive, but now they face a 3rd and 4.
Let's go.
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. Wide open receiver complete. And he carries this one all the way down to the 9. In the red zone this time.
But that's what you're looking for when you want to throw the ball downfield. You want one of those guys who can play out on the perimeter, can play out wide, who can not only get open, but when they're covered, can uncover themselves downfield and create catches.
Again, he'll drop to throw. This will be caught at about the 5. That catch good for only a yard, and it'll be 3rd down.
Well, the strategy was evident there. Get it to your tight end and make it a one-on-one play with a cornerback. Who's usually going to win that one?
The tight end, but not there.
Not in this situation. How about the corner defeating that logic and making a really nice tackle?
Throw on 3rd and goal. And he's going to go down. Sacked right around the 17. Call it a loss of 8 there, and it's going to lead to a 4th down. 4th and goal. He was trying to keep his eyes downfield. Nobody came open.
He's trying to do everything that he had been taught, right? Every bit of the technique. But if no one's open, there is no technique except make sure you hold on to the ball as you go to the ground when you're getting sacked.
And for the 2nd time tonight, this field goal unit comes out here. From the right hash, this from 33. And this one is right through. And the drive will wind up yielding 3. So the drive stalls out, but they are able to put 3 points on the board.
Yeah, just a yard or 2 shorter than an extra point, so no problems converting there.
This is taken at his 4. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line just across the 25. And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. Trying to shake off the interception. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. The sack recorded. It's a loss of 5, and now it's 2nd down. 1 quarter remains here in Week 16. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now here on EA Sports. It's been a very hotly contested game to this point. Just a field goal separating these two teams as we get set for the 4th quarter. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's able to plow forward up to about the 29, just shy of the 30. They get 8 yards back there, and they could use another one of those now on 3rd and 7. So 3rd and 7 and an extra defensive back on the field here.
Definitely want to play coverage here.
Back to throw here. Sideline throw, it's complete. And a nice job there of keeping the toes inbounds.
I know where we're headed on this. Terrific catch, gets his feet down, sets up a 4th down and short situation. But I bet we're wondering, why didn't he get to the 1st down marker running his route? Am I correct?
You got to know where the marker is, right?
Got to figure it out. I know every receiver is taught that. Sometimes circumstances change it. At least they have an opportunity to make a decision with not much yardage to go.
And that hits at the 6 and carries into the end zone for a touchback. And the Browns getting set to go. And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you met fan bases that weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick, other than the extra point. That's it. And that one was knocked away, and I think the defenders are going to be a little upset with themselves. They made the play on the football, but that one felt like a forced pass by the quarterback. Thought he had someone open. He really wasn't. Maybe an example of having too much confidence in his receiver that no matter what, I'm going to throw it to him. And that was a play made by the defense, and it could have been a bigger one.
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. He rifles one that's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And his guys are going to take over at the 21-yard line.
Brandon, this is a veteran quarterback back there. He should know better than to make a throw like this. This is definitely not his best ball, and I think he knew this was trouble the second it was leaving his hand.
And now out comes Houston. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, for the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down. He'll try again with the arm here on 2nd down. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete. Incomplete pass on 2nd down. Let's see what the offense draws up here on 3rd.
Let's go! Blue 90! Blue 90!
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. And that is incomplete. So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. He hit his first, this one from 38. And the 13-year man puts it through, and they stretch the lead to 6. It's 20-14 now. So they get the 3 here, but you wonder whether that's going to be enough.
Yeah, I mean, you've now made it so they need a touchdown rather than a field goal to catch them. But you're right. If they'd gotten 6 out of that drive, this would be a much different game.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This fielded at the 2. And now the Texans defense, they get ready here. They had the interception last time, led to a field goal.
And kept points off the board against them as well. What a great way to end a drive. Take it away and set your offense up to put points on the board themselves.
The only thing would have been better, a touchdown. Now they'll be looking to get the stop and lead to that here on the next drive. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain.
I think the best offenses love to get the ball to their running backs in open space because they have the ability to make people miss, and they also have the ability to run over people. And if you do that throughout the game, after a while, they might just run through some of those tackles and go a long way.
Well, we saw him shed a nice tackle on that play. He's got the lane, and there he goes. And all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. B.J. Daniels, his 9th touchdown of the season. And the Browns are an extra point away from taking the lead in this game. And on that long run, maybe the defense caught napping a little bit.
The concentration level may not have been there. I agree with you on that one, because those types of plays, when they result like that, they're almost like big bolts of lightning, aren't they? Whoosh, and off he goes.
Now they'll line up to kick the extra point. And they have taken the lead here in this fourth quarter. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This fielded at the 2. Ooh, the juke. And he'll take this across the 25. Couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. Out comes the Houston offense as they get set to take over here. And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. I like the way you've described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't even want to see the field goal kicker.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. It'll be a loss of 10, and it'll bring up second.
Well, so much for setting the tone of the drive offensively. Giving up a big sack that loses that kind of yardage, not a great start.
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for third down. And with that last play, he's now up over that 300-yard mark.
And in today's NFL, it almost feels routine. And I hate that when you talk about a 300-yard passing game. To me, 300 yards still signifies excellence, and he's achieved that in this performance.
So here we go, a third down after the second down pass completion.
Now let's go. Blue,
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. He's got, and no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. The safety blitz turns out to be a great call defensively as they sack him for a loss of 9. These strong safeties, some people may not realize it. It's really like an extra linebacker, right?
It really is, because they're hybrids. Half linebacker, half defensive back. The linebacker in him on that play emerged.
The Texans send the punter out as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away. That's taken on the 25. 12 yards on the return that time. And the Browns will take over, 1st and 10. And the Browns offense back out there ready to take over. And that recipe on their last drive that resulted in a touchdown looked pretty good, so they'll be hoping to do that once more.
And it takes me back to when we sat with the offensive coordinator and the head coach. They felt pretty good about their game plan and thought there were some holes in the defense, and they exploited them the last time out. Let's see if they can come back and put together a similar drive.
And we'll see if they can do just that. No gain on the play there, 2nd down. And in this situation with a lead 4th quarter, they're liking keeping the ball on the ground, I'm sure.
That's just smart football, but you know the defense has to know it as well. They've got to stop them here. So now we're going to see that loading the box in a big way. 6, 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take, puts a little bit more pressure on your big offensive line.
And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44. And the Texans have an extra defender in the secondary now on 3rd down. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. Toward the sideline, he will have the 1st down. Good catch. He was able to keep the feet in bounds.
And that pickup of a 1st down, that's going to leave a mark because they really needed to stop them there, didn't they?
Oh, so frustrating. Defensively, you're a play away from getting that football back here. Down late, tough.
Now they've got to find a way to create a turnover or takeaway. Otherwise, this one will probably get away from them.
They come out here in the eye. And they'll go ground game here with a tailback. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down. The fourth quarter here, they've got the lead. They want to keep it on the ground. That's what they're doing.
Smart football. Keep the clock grinding. Keep it going. But you got to figure now, they're going to see more people stacked up at the line of scrimmage as they try and bleed it out.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to be stopped up at about the 47-yard line. Give him 4 on the ground there. They're now left with 3rd and 6. So they run it on second down. Now let's see what third down brings here for the offense. Back to throw. And he's got his man on the out route. It goes as a gain of 8, and it moves the chains. Offense comes to the line now, 1st and 10.
I don't care how many times we see it. I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. 1st down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
He'll drop to throw. Quick hitter here. It's complete. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down. They're trying to keep the drive going. This will be play number 8. It's 3rd and 2. He'll look to throw. And this is going to be caught. He won the fight for the football. The 12 yards that time and picking up the first. And when your receiver is, say, 6'2" or taller, you get those big body guys. They're made for those fades, aren't they?
They really are. It's the exact call you want. You nailed it. Big body guys, big catch radius. Put the ball up there. Put up on the top shelf where the kids can't go get it.
It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
This drive is turning into an extended one, and the guy carrying the ball, he's becoming more like a body blows guy. Every carry is putting some damage on the defense. So after a while, I'm not too sure how many guys are going to want to run up and tackle him.
Now a handoff here to his running back. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. No gain on the play, and it'll bring up a 3rd down. Well, a well-executed blitz, no doubt. Great job by the linebacker. Maybe the quarterback, if he could have seen that, could have audibled there.
Yeah, he needed to be in a different play because that one just meshed perfectly for the defense. All the gaps were filled except for the one the offense really wanted to run through, and that was filled by a big man wanting to make a tackle.
And he made a great tackle. It's a 10-yard gain there, and it sets him up now 1st and goal.
Good, solid, strong run that not only gets him a nice chunk of yardage, but takes the clock under 4 minutes. And now they're going to play situational football. How many timeouts does the opposition have left? How many runs do they need to call to make sure they bleed out those times? But even more importantly, mentally right now, they hold the advantage. They probably have them at the verge of breaking. And what they want to do is finish them off. Well, he didn't make headway on that one, but he's had plenty of carries all night long. I just wonder if maybe he's a little bit tired from tilting the rock that much.
They'll need to get the play off quickly. Gonna give this time to the tailback. And he's in. Touchdown, Browns. A great play there. His 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Browns add 6 to their lead.
I know the play ends up in the end zone with one person carrying the ball, but how about that big mass of humanity that guided him to that spot?
Yeah, they got there, but I love the dive. Always a fan of the dive. Point after here coming up. And with that, the lead is up to 8. That one was an extended drive, 14 plays all told. And it ends with a touchdown for Cleveland. The Browns kicking team out there now as they'll send this one away. This one fielded at the 5. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. And now out comes Houston. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. Looking middle, and that's complete. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. That one good for 16, and the drive will continue. And leading here late, so a chance for the defense to really close out this game if they can halt the offense. Time for a break. We're back to see what happens after this. So it's Texans football as we welcome you back. They come up on a 1st and 10, desperately needing a score here on what could be their final drive. They come up in an empty set. 4 wide receivers, 1 tight end. Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw it. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 12 yards there as they move the chains. They're going to hurry back to the line now. Back to throw. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. Back to throw. Over the middle, and it's incomplete.
Even in today's NFL, when we think of the tight end position now as really a glorified wide receiver, we're still asking a lot of those guys. They have to block as well, and every now and then, they don't come down with the football.
And some secondary help here for the defense in the nickel on 3rd and long. He'll look to throw. He's got time. And, oh, a crusher there as it's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And the return across midfield and to the 46-yard line.
Well, they needed the touchdown and the 2-point conversion, but they're not going to get a shot at either. This is a great play here defensively, Brandon, and at a time that they sorely needed one. And that could be enough to help get them out of here with a victory.
The Texans defense heading back out now, ready to get their cracks again. They do have all 3 timeouts remaining, but a 1st down likely ends this thing.
And it looks like they are, to coin a phrase, on the defensive here, right? But in fact, the team on offense has to be really careful because they're going to attack like crazy. They've got to cover the football, make sure they don't turn it over, and still find a way to finish off this game.
Well, the Texans are going to stop it as they signal for a timeout. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. And he'll give it here to his running back. And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage. And now the Texans want to call another timeout. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. And now following that timeout, the defense back out onto the field. And they'll go with the ground attack here. And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. Now hang on here. Timeout called by the defense. It'll be their 3rd and final timeout, so as they talk things over, we'll step aside. So the defense had a chance to catch their breath, and now they're back out and ready. And this is going to carry well into the end zone for a touchback. Heading out is the Texans offense as they get set to take over here. They're down here in a one-score game, but the time, it's a factor, but it's not a huge factor right now, is it?
It's really not, because this amount of time gives them a chance to run their offense, to go through play sequences. And this is what they work on every week in practice, usually on a Friday. They go over this type of a situation.
And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sack. Looking to speed things up here, going with some tempo. And with 45 seconds showing, he spikes the football. And on third down, a nickel formation here defensively. They'll look to throw. He's got his man on the crossing route. They get 12 yards back, but it still leads to a 4th and long. One score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. He's back to throw. And no, it's incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the Browns are going to win the football game. So that one hurt. No timeouts left. Look at where the ball is on the field, Charles. I don't know if the fat lady's singing yet, but she's starting to hum a little bit, isn't she?
You think she's doing scales at this point? I don't think there's any doubt about it, but they had to go for it. In this situation, with their timeout situation as well, they had to take the chance, try and get it done. They didn't. Now they're powerless to stop them, essentially.
They need a big play somehow from their defense. The Browns in victory formation now as they take the knee. A road win in the National Football League. Charles, you never take that for granted no matter who you're playing, no matter where you're playing.
You take it and you run with it. And you know you primed the pump all week in your own home facility. No one thinks we can do this. Only people who believe are right here in this room. And then you go on the road, band together, and get it done.
So for Cleveland, it's an important win for their playoff hopes as they hit the 10-win mark now at 10-5. And they will head home next week to take on the Pittsburgh Steelers. Meanwhile, for Houston, it's another loss as they now fall to 4-11. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves next week at home against Jacksonville. So that'll just about do it for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. Good night, everybody.